Chosen ones, people have silent beef with you. People have a silent beef with you for no reason. People wanted you to be at their beck and call. People wanted to use you and manipulate you. And because you did not depend on them, right, when they try to be mean and stingy with you, now guilt is eating them and they want to project that onto you. They want to play victim now, right? And you didn't do anything to these people. When these people tried to delay you, block you, didn't want to do anything for you, when God put them in your pathway to help you, you stepped aside and you suffered and you helped your own self. And what is killing these people is the fact that you gave them more credit than they actually deserved. Now they want to act like you've done them something and you're ungrateful and you're complaining and you're the worst. And they want to tell everybody who has the time to listen. But guess what? Guess who's not worried? You're not worried. I'm not worried, because God knows what's best. You're at the point right now where you just allow people to say anything, spread any amount of rumors, tarnish your reputation, because you know that God sees them and you know that your Heavenly Father is going to judge everybody, including you. So you don't worry. And you know that you've been busy keeping your hands clean and you know the full story because you're not a liar. But these people are ashamed because you did it without them. They're jealous because they expected you to be begging them. They put bets on your life, chosen one, saying, hey, let us see if she's going to make it without us. Oh, let us see. In the meantime, while you were just trying to survive, they thought you had pride and arrogance. They thought that you were in competition with them when you were just trying to save your life. You were simply trying to save your life. That's why you had so much things going on. And instead of these people realizing that you were suffering and needed help, they were in silent competition and had silent beef with you. And now they're throwing shades, saying all sorts of things, accusing you, making up stories to make themselves look good. But you're silent, because your silence is a very powerful weapon. And you really know that God vindicates, and you know that God doesn't joke about you. These people are sitting in guilt, and instead of admitting their faults, instead of admitting that they were unkind, that they lack any love and any care that they didn't share with you, as they profess themselves to be, and as they showed other people to be, or as they show other or make other people to think that they were helping you and doing the world for you. And because you did it all by yourself and you didn't look back and you still treated them with kindness and pretended as if nothing happened, it's killing them. But instead of repenting, they want you to carry the burden. They want you to still carry the burden while they play the victim. Remnants, God sees everything. Now is not the time for you to be trying to fight your battles. These battles are bigger than you. God sees everything. Because God knows your heart, and He was there. He saw everything. He saw how you went hungry. He saw how you ate tin foods that you were allergic to, while they ate chicken and beef and whatever else. He saw how when they had juice and had their favorite things to eat and you had water. He saw how they had chocolate while you had nothing. He saw everything. He saw how they hid the best things for themselves while you're the one who always shared your best and take the worst. Come on. And they are worried that God is blessing you. People are concerned that God is going to bless you abundantly. God has to bless you abundantly because you gave of yourself, and you've always had integrity, and you've always given of your best. You have never given people your worst, and people are upset that God is blessing you. People are upset that you were able to do it by yourself after they've denied you. Why are they upset that you've done it by yourself after they've denied you? Nobody was helping you, but yet you still did it and people are still upset. They talked about you when you had nothing, but yet you're trying to have something and they're still talking the worst. They're talking you down. Come on now. Who is this happening to? I want you to know that the Lord fights your battles. He said in His word in Jeremiah 29:11, for I know the thoughts that I think towards you, thoughts of good and not of evil, to give you a hope and a future. These people didn't want you to have a future. They wanted to play games with your life, to watch you suffer, to watch you walking in the sun every day, skinny down to bone, so that they could laugh and say, hey, I did that for them. They should be ashamed of themselves to say that they were helping you and you looked like a skeleton. People are evil. And one of the things you have to stop doing, empaths, we tend to give people more credit than they actually deserve. People will give you water and you acted as if they give you, and praise them as if they gave you a whole winery. We need to stop it, because at the end of the day, when people start to formulate their stories and tell lies behind, it makes them look good. And because you've already given given them all of the undeserved glory, you can't redeem yourself. But God will redeem you. I am telling you, He will. He doesn't miss. And if God redeems you, you are redeemed. Remnants, wheat, people out here who are sacrificing yourselves to do good, and no matter how much kindness you do, it's never rewarded. No matter how much good you do, people still are speaking evil against your name, tarnishing your name, tearing down your name. Adults who should have been more responsible, old people who are soon gone to their grave, sitting on people's name, gossiping daily, making up stories, tearing down your life, cursing you. The very same people who are saying that you cannot reach God because they've been cursing you with their mouths and don't even realize it, some of them. And some of them are aware that their mouths are witchcraft and carry witchcraft, that they're cursing you with their mouths, saying all sorts of things, how you'll never reach anywhere. And look how long you've been working, but you have nothing to show. These are the things they're saying, not realizing that they were born with wealth and they're still not even living in their own houses. These people are putting their mouths on you, and you had nothing and did better than them, and they're hating on you for this. They had all the help in the world and you had nothing, and you did it with nothing. There's no way they can like you. Jezebel spirits carrying hate and jealousy in their heart. You had to empty yourself of everything. Jealousy, hate. You had to become naked. So naked. So naked in front of God. These people did not know what it required. You were stripped of everything. Almost stripped of your life on many occasions. And people don't see. And instead, they take up their dagger and they will stab you in your back from now till the morning. And they keep stabbing your remnants, and they keep stabbing you, and they keep projecting, and they keep saying all sorts of things. But remain silent. Keep your peace. For your Lord who sees in private will reward you openly. God knows your heart. He sees your tears. He sees how many nights you've cried on your pillow. He sees how many days you've heard their conversations and heard the things that they've said about you, and you go home and you cry in secret, and you still did not pray bad for them. You still wish them well. You still wish that people would come to God and see God for themselves. You still wish that God would open their eyes so that they could see why you were going through the things you were going through and why things were the way they are. You still wish for God to open their eyes so that they could just see. And instead, the only thing they could see was your faults and why you should not have anything and why you're the worst and why you don't deserve anything. The same hands who didn't want to share or care were vexed when you pulled yourself up and cared for yourself and nursed your wounds and licked your own blood. These are Christians. These are people who call on God daily. These are people who claim that they know God and that they have love and that they're sharing. But be careful who shares with you, because a lot of people pretend to share with you but aren't actually giving you anything, and it looks to other people on the outside like they're helping but this is why God has to step in, remnants, and this is why He never leaves the meek, because God knows the real from the fake. No matter how much they pretend, He knows who is who, and every man will be judged accordingly. And remnants, you know this. This is why you live your life the way you live it. You have to live real, and you know this because while everybody can escape, God doesn't allow you to escape. This is why from day one, chosen ones are forced to live right, because the moment we slip up, we go through drastic judgment. Come on now, somebody. And people think that we're not pretending. No, we're automatically forced to live righteously. We're not saying that we're fully perfect or whatever. No. And anything that we do, we have to go to God and repent. Else it's judgment. And we know that. But people continue to treat us like the outcasts, yet they want to take God's praise. They want to take God's glory for everything that took place in our lives. But free yourself and keep your peace, because you did not do those people anything. Their guilt is eating them alive for how they treated you poorly and wanted credit for everything. They did not treat you good, and they're hurting because they could have done better, and they withheld the blessings, and now they see that you've come out on top, and their little bets and their little whatever and their curses have failed, because what they expected of you is not what is happening. You stayed hungry in your corner. You stayed hungry in your little box. You've gone without. Your bills have been due. You've been sick. You've been had a lot piled on you, but God has seen you through. And they're wondering where you get money. Miracles. God has been working miracles, and He will continue to work miracles in your life, because you know God truly, and you've never ever put any idol above Him, and you've called on Him and sought Him with your whole heart. And instead of cursing people when they did you wickedness, you cried to God. God has to vindicate you. I don't know who this message is benefiting, but God sees you. If you're out there suffering and going through this, do not let it bother you. Learn to be at peace and leave people to God and time. Guilt is eating them alive because they mistreated you. They treated you poorly. Now they want to play the victim and project all their hate on you, but God is vindicating you.